System. All right, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. Paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with the Esports Tour Season 5 Valorant powered by Crucial by Micron with our GP partners Zotac Gaming and our media partners Gossip.gg. We're at the home stretch, Johanna. One more day.
Yup.
One more BO3 until the grand finals will be in front of your screens. Tomorrow is Sunday, and if there is nothing better than high-stakes Valorant action to see exactly who will be the champion. But for today, we need to see who exactly has that one-way ticket, that second chance that we've always been hyping up to go over and face off against X-Crew. Today's one will have a lot in stake because both of these teams, they know that if they are able to make it, that second place position and the first place position will be in reach.
Exactly. I mean, one thing is for sure, everyone from here will be getting a chunk of the prize pool, but you still want to aim for the best one out there. And that's going to be if you win the tournament. Not only the prize pool, it also gives you the bragging rights, which do not come along on the third position. Not that graciously. So I'm looking forward to see which one of these teams is going to be able to move forward. Obviously, if we see a revenge matchup, that's going to be miraculous. But then again, I'm not going to be complaining about the other matches either because something new, some variety is always going to be fun. However, today, Team Ace has a lot to prove. So does nearest Bustand.
Absolutely. The 1 lakh INR prize pool, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people might say, why is the prize pool 1 lakh INR? But don't forget, we've been spreading it across like 5 seasons. Every single team that have played since the very beginning of season 1 up till season 5, they've been consistent. We haven't had a single stranded winner in the Showdown Series other than Naori. Naori have been able to take 3 seasons consecutively, but everyone else, they've been always given a fair shot. Naori were able to level up, get to this point, play in the Showdown Series, and really showcase their worth. Now, though, Naori is no longer playing. A new champion will be crowned. We didn't really expect X-Crew to be the one to take it, to be the upper bracket winners from the very beginning. X-Crew had their hardest game going up against Ace right at the very top in the upper brackets. They were able to take the victory. And after that, it's just clean sweeps. For X-Crew, other than Deadlift, no one is able to give them a very tough fight. And now that they have made their ticket and punched it for the grand finals, here, Ace, they're looking to make that comeback happen. All the way from the back. The team working wonders, to say the very least. Up against nearest Bustand, though, they need to be decisive in the way they play.
Absolutely. Today, winning is not going to be the only question. Whichever team does win would want to do it with miraculous scorelines, with completely one-sided domination, with a literal 2-0, because that's going to give them the morale to go up against X-Crew tomorrow. Both of these teams, star-studded, absolutely fantastic lineups. However, I do want to know from you, X-Crew has already faced Ace as well as nearest Bustand and beat both of them. Which one do you think has more potential to go up against them and give them a harder run?
Do you believe that nearest Bustand have very talented players, but up against the star-studded roster like Ace, it's going to be quite difficult to make a proper turnaround in... It's primarily because Ace just has a lot more structure in their team. And they've been playing together for longer. Nearest Bustand, yeah, of course, they're a group of friends that have the synergy to make things work, but how often do they script? How often do they drill each and every scenario that they're being presented in a very particular map? Not often, which is the main issue. Jumping on down over towards the map selection here, Sunset, Ascent, and Icebox will be our choices. In a way, it's kind of serene to see that the map selection really favors what Ace want to do. And if Ace is able to pick up on the map of Ascent, their double sentinel composition could just throw the members of nearest Bustand into a loop.
It might be a very difficult run for the side of nearest Bustand, and this is definitely one of the matches that they would want to make the best in. It's so close and yet so far. Not gonna be easy for either of the teams, but as you mentioned, even I believe that Ace does have a stronger chance to go up against X-Crew, and also the stronger chance to give them the run for the money after having beat both the teams already. Unless and until a very decisive scoreline comes from here, there's not much that can build fear in the players of X-Crew. But being able to intimidate them is going to be a goal for both of these teams.
Jumping on down over to the agent selection here already. Teams quite quick in their overall approach. It seems as though Ben, he wants to be the professional Neon player for the team this time around. Mighty. Not given much of a chance, but it's good though that the members of nearest Bustand are in high spirits at the end of the day. It really does matter for a team to be in that proper headspace when they're jumping into the game, and make sure to just have fun, honestly. A lot of teams do forget that Valorant still being a game, if you're not having fun, you're not going to be able to perform at your highest caliber in these tournaments. But for the members of nearest Bustand, fun might be an afterthought too, because up against a Titan of Ace's caliber, unless they have put in the proper hours the day before, on the night before, sorry, when I think about it, they're going to be in a pretty tough and precarious situation going up against Ace, because there are certain strategies that Ace love to employ that unless you have a good read or proper understanding, and of course did your VOD reviews previously, you may get caught off guard by allowing one tap god to just run freely and completely demolish you.
True that. When you talk about the agent selection, it's gonna be completely identical on both the sides. But that's not the same for the players, because if you talk about the players from the side of Ace, we have One Tap God. Alongside him, we have complete support from his team. I mean, from the players of Team Ace, there's at least 3 people who are consecutively delivering completely amazing performance all through, while the rest of the team keeps popping up in between. But if you try to talk about the same thing for the side of nearest Bustand, I think AK Demon is the only one with whom you could say there's consecutive performance all across the board, while the others keep popping up in between with their own multi-frags. And still, yesterday was not a very good day for AK Demon. He did not have his best run in the first half of it. Did manage to be able to squeeze some rounds towards the second one and was able to like pull through a little bit, but it was still not the kind of victory that he would have wanted in that moment. So I believe AK Demon will have to be very sharp and make sure that from his frags, the rest of the team can feed off and build that confidence that can put them in a winning position. Because for nearest Bustand, things are very difficult to begin with.
Yeah, they have a lot of individual superstars, and AK Demon being one of them. Hopefully, his start to this game is going to be pretty strong, because he does have a tendency of having a slower first map, and he just heats up so well for map number 2. That killjoy that he had on that map of Icebox was just incredible to watch. But
True that.
his first initial map was not going to be that simple. Then taking a little bit of a first hit here, the Sun. Perfect. Over towards the first, trying to catch out one of the players. Mighty able to find the trade here regardless. 1-for-1 coming in from either side. That's both of your Neons now down, but a good chunk of early advantage already being gained. The rest of nearest Bustand, they're just looking to hold on to the sides. While Ace, they want an advantage early on, trying to buy their time to force their opponents into a precarious scenario. And Ezzy, he's going to be able to find the first.
The moment the numbers advantage came in the favor of Ace, they are starting to move into the site. They're going to be able to take control as well as go for the plant, while the players from the side of nearest Bustand still try to recollect before they are able to invest into the fight. With 2v4, this does not seem like a very easy fight for the side of nearest Bustand, but AK Demon still breathing some life into it.
Very important first kill for them. Swag jumping in towards the side. He's trying to go in for a couple more hits. He's going to be able to find it here. Swag in towards the bag, but Rebel still causing all of the issues. Recon Bolt being able to isolate out the fight as Swag is going to need to try to turn it around, but with the crossfire being so gorgeous, Swag, he has no business trying to find that one. Ace, they take the first round pretty decisively. That was a good adaptation play coming out, even after they lost out on one.
Absolutely. After having lost your duelist, it generally becomes kind of more difficult to go ahead and find your entry into the site, but they were pretty determined on how to execute this. They already had their plan in place. The moment they found an extra man advantage, they were able to barge inside of the site and get their plant down. Not only that, hold on to it, but alongside that, the attempt from the side of Swag, it was pretty impressive, but it was, yes, as you mentioned, from a crossfire that strong, impossible to come back from. There was no turn from the side of my team. He just didn't get the communication on time. He got taken down at the same spot. This is annihilation right in the middle. I don't know how to carry forward here. There's nothing that can be done.
Act on my intel. Don't give them time to reposition.
AK Demon was able to find one kill at the bare minimum with a slight bit of... But overall, gonna need to see how this particular round is gonna be going for them. Ace, they cannot be too overconfident jumping into this anymore. As Ace, they're looking for the early hit here. The tripwire doesn't get him killed. One tap God. He's second his lucky stars for that one. Good first hit, but Swag trying to go in for that kill does risk his own life in the process. going to be able to run through at the bare minimum. Ezzy able to catch out Azzy in the process. Names
That
are
made it difficult
difficult
for
here.
us with those names, yeah.
Both sides now looking to get the advantage, with Mighty just working his way up with Ben. But even then, I don't think they have much of a chance. 2v4, saving the weapons here will be a lot more beneficial than trying to go in for possible retake.
Well, there's definitely recovery from the side of Ace, and well, 3 rounds in a row, if they're able to make it to that, it's not going to be an easy run at all for the side of NBS. Because again, after you lose the third, you're again going to be in shambles when it comes to economy. You're going to have yet another round that's going to be difficult to walk through. However, NBS having managed to survive with 2 players alive will just have a little bit more advantage than you would want them to have, being on the side of Team Ace. But yeah, I'm not seeing a lot in this round either. I believe the scoreline is still gonna continue building towards Team Ace. They are fluid, they are completely in control, and they have all the money in the world. They're not struggling there.
Absolutely.
They can go ahead, get themselves anything they need.
Anything is one, but love to see this coming out from One Tap God 2. Immediate slide, being able to cut out Azzy. He's just even able to react. That's one of the key setups coming in from Team Ace too. One of their best defaults. Unless you have a good read on it, it's gonna be tough. Couple of stray bullets here and there. Masters, a little bit shaky, but he's able to recover. It's Mighty on the angle, trying to catch out Ezzy here. This is such a beautiful off angle too. Mighty! Able to catch the timing. This is what practice gets to you. He's able to do so much, but AK Demon still being the danger man. He's able to show up right from the very beginning of the game. Shots connecting. Down over to a 2v2, with AK Demon still holding from the back end of side. He needs to die out pretty quickly, otherwise the attackers, they're not going to have a pre-plan to play with. 40 seconds left on the clock. AK Demon going for the hits, and Ben coming in for the cleanup. Beautiful round coming in from members of nearest Bustand.
Did I literally jinx them? Did I just do
Possibly.
that? Yeah, because everything looked in the favor of Team Ace. It wasn't even a completely, heavily invested round for the side of nearest Bustand. They had Bulldogs coming in, and they were still able to go ahead and find themselves a round after being in a place where they had lost 3 in a row. I'm happy for them. Them being able to go ahead and establish their start is definitely something I was looking for in the third round itself, but when it didn't happen, I didn't expect it anymore. Okay, thankfully that worked out. I was scared for One Tap God for a second.
He did overheat a little bit though. When, regardless of that overheat, able to use the neural theft to give him that first initial kill. Swag. For a bit of an answer, but and then they're able to dodge out all of the bits of information that the defenders want to try and take from them. First hit. Flash. Try and take a lot more aggressive space here, but take a demon. Not really risking the play. Smoke comes through, but even then it's a dangerous one because there's multiple players just waiting for them on the opposite side. Swag, position revealed, but gets swung on. Masters is gonna be the one to get the kill instead. 1 to 4 is Ace. Just had a sublime close plan to play into.
They absolutely did. Their post-plan positions were pretty good, and the way they were building all these crossfires, going up against each other, trying to find the right positions, trying to use the right utilities to make sure that they were always on the upper hand. Pretty well executed from the side of Ace, and I think this is one of the things that keeps building alongside your economy. You keep getting the opportunity to use all of your utilities without the fear of being caught in a situation where you would have to save some of it for the next round, knowing that you just might not have enough cash for it.
And there's a possibility. So now One Tap God once again beating all of the odds here. The stuns yet to connect on towards Mighty. And Mighty. Really showcasing his might here on that knee on the overdrive, causing all the problems in the world. So difficult to try and find into something like that. But Ezzy making things competitive for his team. The teleport across. Swag able to find a little bit more of a forward-sided position. Ezzy needed to hit that shot, made a meal out of it instead. But giving Wimp the best chance to possibly go in for a big hit of his own. It all depends on the timing. Wimp able to find it. Now he needs to hold on to the ultimate. Then position already revealed because he tried to break the door. Wimp, he just needs to play for time. Has the ultimate to do whatever the hell he wants. Early on the recon bolt, he's not gonna be able to dodge it. This could just be an issue. Over from the top side, he's making noise here. And Wimp, he's playing for the time, but he had the ult. He could have utilized it. But instead, he wanted to go in for the swing.
Thrifty.
Ouch.
They sacrificed for nothing.
That is a little bit of an oopsie right there from the side of Vim, but it's all right. It's all right. Team Ace is doing good already, and I mean, we want to see NBS keep coming up on the surface every now and then as well. We want to see them being close enough on the scoreline to keep things dicey for as long as possible. So 4-2, I'm liking the scoreline altogether.
Right here.
But yeah, it was definitely something Vim could have converted in the favor of Team Ace. As you mentioned, the ult should have been used. But not to worry, it's still going to be on the boards, and there's still half of first half remaining for him to go ahead and utilize that.
They're doing well here. Do have the opening and everything. For one tap God. Mid position. Yes, it has been cleared, but still have to worry about the players inside of A. Good drone from Ben, catching out one tap God's position, allowing the defenders to now play a lot more aggressively towards the extremities if they want to. As long as one tap God is towards mid, they know that the Cypher is going to be the only one lurking over from the opposite sides. See? Early E, but the Sun missed out from one tap God. They're gonna need to capitalize on more bits of information now. But Ben, position reveal, slides coming through. They're able to work all the way through in, and then missed out on a crucial bullet here as he takes another kill. And now they're gonna be able to run in towards the A side. It's theirs for the picking.
Beautiful execution from the side of Team Ace, but still they're going to be in a position where they have to make sure that they're constantly cautious. AK Demon, again, one of the men who was able to breathe life into a dead soul. Not someone that they should take lightly. They already have expectations of where he might be pushing from, but I think he has different plans. Just gonna hold on a little bit longer. And he is up for a sneak attack. There's definitely eyes on him from the side of Wimp, and with that 3k, Wimp will be able to close down yet another round for the side of Team Ace. I loved the execution on this particular round. Beautifully done. They left a player towards A entry, made sure to wait him long enough to not give enough information, just be quiet enough, make a good move from mid all the way towards back, and then sandwich all the players inside side A.
Go, go, go.
They had very little to worry about after it because they already had 3 players in their clutches, taken them out instantly, and then all they had to do was wait for the players from B to approach them when they were already in man count advantage. I liked this complete strat from the side of Ace.
Okay, Mighty. Ambitious, to say the very least. The Bucky not going to be able to find value just yet. One tap God in the angle with his own. Gonna try to go in for the hit, but look at Masters on the top rope. His weapon does fall. They need to try to pick it up, even make this a much more competitive round. But even then, not gonna be that simple. Yes, with Wimp and Dr. Evil just waiting around the corner with the flashes, and of course, proper capitalization. Just able to find all of the frags. It's 2-6. It's Ace. They still haven't utilized their ultimates, mind you. Wimp, Rolling Thunder in hand, and the Hunter's Fury for Drevel. They need to do it soon. Otherwise, they're losing out on a lot of value. But for the members of NVS, that constant fear factor of a Rolling Thunder and the Hunter's Fury coming in on any of the post plants or for the site executes, they need to adapt. They need to play off of the side. Roller do well here on the initial hit. 2 players already. Drop down to the earth. Ultimate still yet to be utilized by the members of Team Ace. They're not really doing it just yet. They expect their players to be able to run in all by themselves in towards the Cypher's side. They're dropping like flies. AK Demon able to come alive, get the triple kill to his name. Open things up for NBS once again. Ace, they're being a little bit too conservative with their ultimates here. Their abilities. They'll come back pretty soon, and knowing Limp, he's gonna frag out of his mind to get all of the points for his team to make it happen. But a very, I would say, half-baked rush over into the B side. They didn't really have much of a plan going into it. Now, this will change for the better. Smokes out, as I do believe the signature push coming in from the members of Team Ace will be on the cards. Possible slide here for one tap god, but doesn't really go for it.
It's not
Waiting
going to
to
be
see
as
where this
easy
is
this time around, though.
Mhm.
I mean, the way the adjustment has come from the side of NBS, the way all the Cypher utility has been deployed already, it's not going to be as easy to go for that signature push. They might just have to make some changes, and yes, that's happening already.
Gonna need to go in for a W play. AK Demon does find the 1 though, but even then gets immediately traded out. Good early catch. Even though you're able to find the first shot, it's not always gonna be simple. Swag over from the top lines. He's not gonna get killed out. This shot counts so much, but he's not able to recover from it. Paranoia comes through, able to shut them down. This push already down in the dumpsters. Revel, good for the first, but Masters now all by himself to try and maybe clutch this one out. Swag, so slippery and so difficult to try and push into here. Into the shadows, gonna give him the edge that he needs. Going for the immediate play. And with the plant now coming through, Masters,
Spike planted.
the odds are stacked against him to try and go in for this clutch, but if he's able to do so, it'll be one for the ages.
Absolutely. Does have a very secure position, does not have a lot to fight on that area. Needs to make sure that he's picking all the players, though. Was able to find the first, wouldn't be able to do the same with Azzy, though. I mean, I don't think this was a fight that could have been won from the side of Masters at all, considering that both the corners were covered already from the side of the defenders. In either case, they do have a good scoreline to follow through with.
Just need to play their cards right from here on out. Burst of Ace, still not utilizing the Rolling Thunder or the Hunter's Fury. I really want to know why. They expect that their entire team can just run into the side without using any of their ultimates. I question this from time to time. Wimp is... Let's just say this has happened again and again whenever Wimp played on other teams as well. His breach is sublime, but he has a tendency of holding on to his ultimate for the best possible scenario.
True that.
This time though,
I like him
they
way
lost
more
the
on that
spike
though.
on the opposite side.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying, continue.
Yeah, I was just saying that I like Wimp way more on his deadlock though. His performance on deadlock has just been unmatchable. In the meanwhile, though, the players of NVS trying to find their own matches in the game. It's a 4v3 now, and the players on the side of Team Ace, I think this is about time they start utilizing their ultimates to be in a position of winning. One tap god still gonna be able to find
Not
Mighty.
like
He
this.
looks in
One
the
tap
right
god.
direction.
I'm out of here.
Oh no,
What?
Mighty's right behind
Hello,
him.
Mighty? I think he's DC.
How come he...
No, I think he's DC. Yeah,
Makes sense.
Almighty. Yeah, technical difficulties coming out from that end. Mighty's not gonna be able to do much. Then
Player standing.
got out by a stun, and he's just gonna get swung upon. No one's really clearing Mighty as well. Imagine just Mighty comes back out of absolutely nowhere, just taps Wim.
It would have been funny.
It's not gonna be the case. No one's really looking behind each other either.
Yeah. If only though, if
47.
only.
If only.
Last round.
We
before
can
the
hope.
switch.
We can hope.
Yes. I think there's more likelihood of this becoming a 5-7 than a 4-8, and that makes me more happy. Not that I have a favorite to pick here, but I want to keep seeing these teams being as close to each other on scoreline as they can be so that we can constantly be questioning ourselves if the team we are thinking is gonna win is really gonna win.
There's always a scenario where the opposite can happen at any moment. For the members of NBS, pretty unfortunate scenario with Mighty disconnecting. Mighty was still in the server. This could have been a very different story when you think about it. He had a very good optimum position, and one tap got not really being out on the angle. Could have instantly found that frag. Also believe the comeback is always present on the map of Sunset because the close proximity fights that you can take and how quickly defenders can easily go in for rotations. There's always bound to be an answer for any particular strategy a team tries to involve. This Mighty now be connected back in towards the game. We're going to be able to jump back through. It's NBS. What's your option? What is your answer? You have one more round to try and take us over to a 5-7 scoreline. A very admirable scoreline, mind you, going over to the attack side. But even then, knowing Ace and their defensive side, it'll be difficult unless you have a proper game plan going into it.
That's true. It's definitely going to be a difficult side either ways because Ace does have all of their boxes checked. This is not a team where you can just be on the attacking side and use the numbers advantage on any of the sides and walk in. You have to be orchestrated. You have to be fabricated all through. Every single move you make has to be calculated. But yeah, in either case, having a 5-7 scoreline is definitely going to help. Look at the amount of space that is being covered by NBS right now. They are taking more and more control.
Right there.
Forward-sided approach is working out well for them. Masters. Let's take control here for the first initial bit. Hunter's Fury still in hand if they want to try and invest it for a possible kill. Mighty. Then deterring the push pretty quickly here with AKT Min on the corner. The tripwire coming in close, but the angle's just better. One tap got clearing out on multiple different positions. He's not going to be able to do much, but Izzy comes in strong. Immediately with the swing, he's able to find the trade. Doesn't matter where one tap god is. I like the positioning that they're going in for. Swag, he's able to use the teleport beautifully. Able to blindside them. Good for the one kill, and now it's all up to Masters. Trades galore coming in from either side, but the defenders still in the advantage, or were in the initial basis. Swim. Side of the side, needs to play this one smart. The Hunter's Fury not able to find value. The shots yet connecting, coming in from Drevel, but it will not be enough as Swag slipping through the cracks.
Switching sides.
Well, 5-7
You'll
it
find
will
so much
stand.
value.
And with the... True that, true that. And as a 5-7 stands on the scorelines, there's gonna be a lot of hope for the side of NBS to be able to squeeze this map. You said in the early stages itself aggressive that the way the maps look, it's very favored to the playstyle of Ace. If NBS is able to still find themselves the first, that's gonna be a win for the team.
Especially from Swag though. Swag, understanding that, hey, I'm in a good position. As soon as that aftershock ends, I'm going to be able to teleport through and force them to not look at me or force them to invest even more utility in my exact position. No one was looking at him because they expected the aftershock to clear it. So smart from Swag. These individual plays coming in from the players of NBS is one of the main reasons why they're here. This is why they deserve to be in the grand finals just as much as the members of Ace. Deserving something and being able to snatch the opportunity. It's two completely different things. As Ace, they still are the ones who have a very significant advantage with the 2 rounds that they're able to lead on. While NBS, still trying to play catch up here to get to a position where they can force Ace to play a little bit more different.
Well, NBS will want to make sure that they get themselves a good enough position here. not let the lead climb up for the side of Team Ace. And hence we can see early utilizations. Both the sides very determined to make sure not to lose these first 2 rounds. The information game for the side of NBS is going to be slightly lower. Mid being monitored by the Cypher. The moment a push comes in, the moment a rotation comes in, he will know and he'll be able to capitalize on it. AK Demon taking Wimp off, making situations a little better, but still not good enough because the rest of the team has already gotten themselves lost through the tracks.
And they're kind of in a tough spot too. Not really able to find the answer as much as we would have wanted. Yes, we wanted a fast hit, but can't really run into the A site like that. You need proper mid control. But the best of setups at Aze hasn't really been playing with Mighty that well either. They've been so disconnected in their overall approach that the team has yet to find any value.
Well, this time around though, Mighty will be able to find himself a first entry. Does give him good opportunity, but in the meanwhile, you see the rotation from the side of Team Ace players is pretty quick. They need to make sure that their numbers go up as quickly as possible for the side of NBS. If they're gonna hold back, they're gonna be found very quickly by these 2 fierce lurkers coming up. There's obviously a tripwire in the way, but that's not gonna be enough to damage anything. One tap God finds AK Demon, destroys the use of that tripwire completely, and with 3 coming from the side of Vimp, it's almost the end of the story.
We're able to find all the kills so quickly as to Wimp. First on the early spam, he was able to initiate the duo. One tap God, he's just able to come on back on top. Just look at the speed at which they're able to find value in every turn. This is a strength of the team. Team Ace. Strong overall. For now though,
Absolutely.
NBS, they need to go back to the drawing board and really figure out how their strategies are going to evolve from here on.
Do that. They need to make those on-the-fly adjustments pretty quickly. One tap God already taking Mighty down, does lose the controller in the process. But from the side of Ace, the annihilation is gonna be strong.
Spike down
It's a
A.
1v4 nonetheless anymore. AK Demon with nothing in hands. He doesn't even have the spike, he doesn't have area, he doesn't have support. Doesn't have information either. All he has is a gun and a dream. Team Ace with their positioning, it seems like they're gonna give a reality check to this dream man. There it is. Not a lot that could be said or done here. Ace just getting themselves the double digit with no problems at all.
Not that big of a surprise here, is there? Because I already told you, the defensive side of Team Ace is just so difficult to try and break into because of the way that this team plays. Their confidence, first of all, and then of course their proper utility usage with Wimp and One Tap God being able to play off of each other. There are certain situations, yes, the ultimates are a little bit lackluster, but when it comes down to general ability usage, the team knows how to play off of each other every turn. Camera, give them the first bout of information. A little bit too aggressive here, Ezzy. You need to be careful. The fights that you normally take. One Tap God, able to find 2. But with the weapons being given away, I don't really believe these 2 kills mattered a lot. Still have to worry about all of the other players now. They have weapons to try and fight into this round, and on an even man count foothold. It's gone from bad to worse.
Oh goodness. The way the game is unfolding, NBS. I believe that it's very easy to lose hope in a moment like this. But I hope they don't. They're gonna have abundant amount of information in the next one. They have the neural theft online, and that could be used for much advantage for the team. They're going to be close enough to find themselves an overdrive as well if Mighty is able to work around it. But I think that's going to be a difficult call nonetheless. Aze already starting off with a great frag for himself, closing down one tap god. This time around, there's changes from the side of NBS.
Right there.
They want to hold back a little bit.
Wait and see how this is gonna go.
Oh, Dr. Evil, so crisp on his shot. AK Demon could not even gather as much information as he thought he would before he bid farewell.
Comes on a perfect angle. Oh, the flick yet to connect. Where we hit that flick shot, this would have been different. But Masters able to come alive here, make sure his buddy does not die in vain. But Ozzy still not giving an inch of space away here. Turns around immediately. He's gonna be able to find retaliation. He's looking for the opening in towards the side, possibly with the cipher. This could be an issue. Easy. Trying to take the duel, but he's not going to be able to find it just yet. Timing is key. And Ezzy able to find the catch over towards the first. 2 versus 2 to try and play in towards this round. Ozzy still coming alive at every turn, and Mighty disconnected again. Never mind. It's a 1v1. It's Revel. He has to read that the player is all the way in towards elbow, but he could be going in for a wraparound. That's what he has to worry about. Time taking away. Doesn't really have options anymore. Needs to go in for the defuse as quickly as he possibly can. Want to be spotted. Ozzy, he has the stun. He can easily go in for the swing, but with the stick coming through, he's playing for the beautiful long game here with a shot to connect. And Ozzy gets the clutch for NBS. And even though Mighty's not here, he's patting his team on the back for that one. Good round.
Absolutely a good round. Absolutely a good round. NBS still having opportunities, still building opportunities to survive in this map as long as possible. I like how Ace was on the verge of getting the last round and still couldn't. I mean, I was expecting Dr. Evil to half defuse and then fight again. But I think he did not have enough time to be actually looking for that fight. He would have had to wait for it to swing. That being the position made it very difficult for Ace to be able to bet their money on that victory.
It was ever simple. Oral Travel is this close to taking the victory. Those don't fake, yes, but Travel, he took the opportunity. Just wasn't really given the chance to make it happen. For now, though, it's still 6-11, so one more round to really differentiate both of these teams, as Mighty should be jumping into the game soon once more. It's these small hiccups of technical difficulty, hopefully they're going to be able to sort it out soon, because if Mighty is not going to be there for the team, miracles like this can happen from time to time by players such as Ozzy's, but it's never going to be happening twice.
True that. You can't depend on miracles. You can't expect them to keep repeating for you to be able to conveniently walk through. They can give you a breather, nothing more than that. And right now, well, NBS needs more than just a breather. They need literally 5 rounds in a row to be able to match up the scoreline that Ace already has. And what do they have for that? They might get a Rolling Thunder very quickly. They might get a Hunter's Fury quickly. And this stacked ultimate economy that NBS is going to have might just help them to go ahead and get themselves a couple more rounds. But it still falls short by 3 against what Ace already has. And to fight off against those ultimates, Ace is going to have a Neural Theft and a Rolling Thunder of their own.
There's a lot to worry about here. It's kind of one of the biggest problems. Rolling Thunder is one way, as you just stated, so even if the members of NBS are able to get their ultimates online, Ace will have an answer going about pretty quickly too. These trade-offs is where both of these teams really are going to shine in a way. In my opinion, though, NBS, they're in a better position for their overall ult economy, but their momentum has now been broken. They won the round, yes, but the highs that they could have rode upon with Azzy being able to get that clutch, they're not going to have that anymore going into this next round, which is the biggest issue.
Agreed. There's a lot that needs to roll in the favor of NBS for NBS to be able to, even envision themselves as a team that's going to be able to make it through on this map, because currently the scoreline stands very strong towards the side of Team Ace, and the problem is it's not just because of gunfights, it's not just because of their aim, it's literally an amalgamation of so many skills that cannot be learnt overnight or over rounds, and it's very hard to adapt against.
Absolutely. It's kind of where the main problems for NBS also lies, because they're taking a little bit too much time to understand what Ace is really capable of and the way that their setups are working. Because on their defensive side, Ace loves to play reactive. Their reactive playstyle is so quick that NBS are just not going to be able to do much at all in that scenario. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be talking a little while longer, as of course Mighty still hasn't been able to jump on down over into the game just yet. But as we are going to be waiting, we do have a couple of interviews for you from the teams. So let's see exactly what they have to say.
Hello guys, this is GG. With me I have, again, 69G from nearest Bustand. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. About you?
Ekdam badhiya. It's a pleasure having you back again in this interview. What are your expectations so far in this season of TEC Showdown?
As compared to before season,
Yeah.
अभी थोड़ा मैं बोलूँगा थोड़ा easy रह रहा है because teams अभी नहीं आ रही क्योंकि VCS से चल रहा था, उसकी वजह से थोड़ा और easy हो गया हमारे लिए. But हाँ, teams हैं जो अभी हमको टक्कर दे सकते हैं, but इस बार हम थोड़े confident हैं अपने में, और मैं अपने घर पे आ गया हूँ तो कोई issue भी नहीं है खेलने के लिए. पहले थे बाहर.
Okay, so next question I'm going to ask is, how do you manage the pressure of competing in a tournament environment?
अच्छा, एज ए प्लेयर ग्रो करने को मिलता है ज़्यादा. अगर मैं बोलूँ कि हमको सीखने को मिलता है कि सामने स्टैट्स आते हैं, वनीला को हम चेंज करके आ रहे हैं, अचानक सरप्राइज मिलता है, तो मोर ओवर एक एक्सपीरियंस मिलता है हमको कॉम्पिटिटिव इन्वायरमेंट में खेलने के लिए, तो ये अच्छा रहता है.
Based on that, I'm going to ask is, what you guys have learned from last season?
बेटर कॉम्स. पहले हम विदाउट स्टैट्स खेलते थे, एज ए कॉम पे खेल रहे थे, बट नाउ वी आर प्रिपेयरिंग स्किम्स कर रहे हैं थोड़ा बहुत.
हाँ.
इस बार थोड़ा बेटर कम्युनिकेशन रहेगा
Okay.
पिछले सीजन से.
Okay. The next question I'm going to ask is, have you studied your opponent's potential, and what strategies do you anticipate they will employ?
जितने भी जो हमारे ओपोनेंट्स हैं सब हमारे फ्रेंड्स हैं, तो हमें उनका गेम प्ले पता है ऑलरेडी वो कैसा है.
Okay.
बट हाँ, थोड़े थोड़े वॉर्ड रिव्यू करने पड़ते हैं मोर ओवर, बट हमें पता है उन लोग क्या करने वाले हैं, तो ईजी रहता है. उनको भी हमारा पता है, हमें भी उनका पता है.
And the last question I'm going to ask is, how do you feel about the support from your fans and community?
फैंस तो बड़े अच्छे, प्राइवेट डीएम्स आते रहते हैं, कभी आपको दिखाऊंगा, बट कम्युनिटी इज़ गुड, बहुत सपोर्ट करते हैं. जब कुछ नहीं होता, कभी कोई लेट डाउन वाला कोई मोमेंट हो जाता है, तो भी इंकरेज करते रहते हैं कि भाई नहीं करना आपको, नेक्स्ट राउंड, तो अच्छा फील होता है उनके साथ. कम्युनिटी पहले से तो बेटर है काफ़ी ज़्यादा. सही है, इट्स गुड.
Yeah guys, thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you around again, and all the best for your next matches. And this was 69G from nearest Bustand, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. Hello guys, this is Hikam Sari from gossip.gg. With me I have Masters from Ace. How are you feeling, Masters?
I'm feeling very good. How about you?
Ekdam mast. So without further ado, let's start with the questions. First question I'm going to ask you is, how do you divide your roles within your team?
So basically, we have actually, just like in the last interview Trevor said, we have actually choose our players according to the roles they are comfortable playing. We have chosen players who are actually playing that role from a long time, so they're good at it, they're skilled at it. So that helps us.
What are your personal strengths as a player, and how do you contribute to your team's success?
I feel like my personal attribute that I offer to my team is my firepower. I'm often playing on the front line of the team. I'm helping my team take fights. I'm helping my team to take trades, and I'm just giving them control as much as I can as a controller because it's my job.
How do you adapt to playing against different playstyles and strategies?
Within the first 5 to 6 rounds, we try to understand the enemy playstyle, how they are playing, and what kind of situations they are trying to create. We try to defend them. We try to create counter strategies that can break through their plays. We try to communicate with each other as much as we can, and that's how we break through.
Okay. How have you prepared for this specific tournament, and what are your expectations?
Basically, I'm putting my hours into my game every day. I'm playing various competitive matches. I'm doing range. I'm doing every other aim training softwares. We are preparing ourselves every day. We are creating new strategies. We are training different maps, different strategies. We are trying out things in scrims and all. And this is how we are preparing ourselves for the upcoming TEC matches.
And the last question, how do you manage the pressure of competing in a tournament environment?
Well, it is quite difficult to handle the pressure, of course. I try to keep myself calm. I try to keep myself as stable as possible mentally, because at the end of the day, mental is what keeps you growing up, progressing in the game. So I try to keep myself as well as my team stable, keep on playing with confidence.
Okay. So yeah, guys, this was Masters from Ace. I wish you very well for the upcoming matches, and
Yes,
see you
thank
guys
you.
next time. Bye bye.
Yes.
A little bit sad here coming in from members of nearest Bustand because 69G is not going to be playing in the match. So on the other side, there's a lot more to worry about because Mighty still not yet able to reconnect in towards this match, ladies and gentlemen. So they have to be forced onto a 4 versus 5. But even then, they've turned this 4 versus 5 into a 4v4. Never mind, turn it into a 4v3, mind you. As the members of Ace, they've given the man advantage away. NBS, they're looking to be in prime positions to take this round away and allow Mighty to get back in the server. But never mind, Mighty's back.
Last player standing.
Get away.
The way they were starting to play, it felt like they were trying to compensate for something, and they ended up overcompensating for it. Well, Mighty being back at the server is definitely going to be something they're going to rejoice, but Ezzy is not going to be as good a news for them. Going ahead,
What?
head one after the other, got himself a tree. Felt like he was on the verge of getting himself a complete ace.
Not gonna be able to do much into this. It's NBS. That opening double frag over towards mid was all that they needed, and Mighty reconnecting back in almost instantaneously now. Hopefully, he's not gonna be missing any more rounds because the team really does need him. 69G is not here. He was one of the backbones for the entire team when we were talking about it in the past.
Yes.
His presence really being missed here on the 7-11 scoreline, but even then, working out well. Yes, he able to catch out Mighty, who was all by himself over towards Switch. A very dangerous play once again, and each and every time we look at the members of NBS, there are certain moments where they pull out strategies that doesn't make any sense. To send Mighty all by himself on a solo mission towards market when there's a tripwire possibly waiting for him? It's oddly questionable.
That it is. However, with the numbers still being down for the side of NBS, they are trying to commit into this fight with all these ultimates, trying to balance that man count advantage into their favor. Not going to find anything just yet. They do have an opening though, and utilizing that opening, they will be participating into fights and entries. This is not going to be an easy one. A great aim from the side of One Tap God, but won't be able to find that frag. 3v3 as the numbers stand. The equalized man count is definitely going to give a boost of morale for the side of NBS, but they still have the clock to worry about. Time is ticking away. They still don't have a sight in hand.
They'll try to
Masters.
run their way. Into Masters. Beautiful for the tabs. He does not miss. Just like his interview, his greatest strength is his aim. And he's absolutely showing it to us. The raw mechanical skill of one controller player can easily turn everything on its head. But look at Drevel. He was able to find so much value early on. Masters, he just needed to do the cleanup. Beautifully done from the members of Ace. They're at match point now. Map of Sunset had a lot of problems for the members of Nearest Bustand, but overall, the team
Right there.
still in a good spot to play.
That they are still a 5-round difference between NBS and Team Ace. Mighty trying to turn that around though. A very useful and crucial kill from the side of Mighty. Making sure that he has numbers advantage for the team, but then just being slightly over aggressive, getting caught already. The numbers will keep toppling up and down. Wimp in the mix though.
Standing.
Still trying to seize everything. He has 3 to his name. He has an ultimate ready. He has control of the spike. He has control of the site. Might just be able to turn it into a win nonetheless.
He's gonna feel the friction burns on that one. What was that flick?
That was amazing. Yeah.
Hospital flick. Never mind. Good God. Guy broke his wrist for that one. And now that he has the Rolling Thunder as well, AK Demon, he's just royally screwed. He can't go in for the plant. If he plants, he's gonna get stunned out. The play in for the making.
30
And AK
seconds
Demon, he's just waiting for the opportunity. Any sound being made by Whip is all that is a requirement, but no ult! Whip! Why? You have your ult! Again! It keeps happening. The man hit the hospital flick, but he forgot his ult.
Happens to him on Breach. Happens to him all the time on Breach. Every single time that there is a breathing room to be built for NBS, for some reason Wimp becomes their last wish.
Wimp with an ultimate becomes their last wish, you mean? If he had any other ability, mind you, if he had his flashes, if he had a stun and aftershock, he's going to use them, but he's not going to use his ult in a 1v1. It's like that Wimp code of conduct. I'm not going to use anything that is going to give me a higher probability of winning that, because, hey, I want to give you a fair shot.
Makes sense. In some world, in some universe, it makes sense. Mighty yet again trying to open up the overall scenario for the side of Team NBS. Does get traded out instantly, but AK Demon will be able to cover up for his tracks. 4v3 as the scoreline stands right now. This is not gonna be an easy one for the side of Team Ace because the aggression and the do or die willpower from the side of NBS has just started showing up on the boards. One tap God. Destroying AK Demon, the person that was most trusted from the side of NBS. Oh, swag! He had complete control.
Yep. He just snuck around from the back. They're able to rack up these rounds one after the other, but ouch, when victory is this close. Can't really go in for anything risky now, can you?
It seems like Swag
Ultimate's
has
still in hand, though.
Yeah. It just seems like Swag has chosen not to wear his glasses today. To turn into Superman from Clark Kent.
Ah, yes. Yeah, he's been getting a lot of very important frags, that is for certain. AK Demon as well. Rising up to that challenge. For now, overdrive in hand. Is he? Not really opting to go in for any form of a fight just yet, as members of NBS are looking for the opening. Teleport, just try to run on away as quickly as possible. Masters! He's not risking a damn thing anymore here. Smokes off the angle, and now he just needs to hold. The drone's gonna give him a little bit more information to play with, but this is such a risky fight for him to try and find. The smokes are gorgeous. Revel able to give the backup that they need. Ultimates being utilized, coming in from either side. Wimp trying to catch out the players, but he's not gonna be able to find anything. One tap God will be the one as the casualty, but Wimp answers back on his own accord. Flashes are perfect, paranoia in hand. Masters is able to find value, going in for the swing, takes the fight, and takes another one down to the grave. And now NBS left to lick their wounds to try and scavenge this round. It's gonna be tough, but they need to do it right here and right now. Otherwise, this map, it's all but over.
30 seconds left.
I wouldn't call it just tough, I would call it next to impossible. Look at the beauty of the crossfires from the side of Ace. It's not gonna be easy at all. And nonetheless, Mighty is not here. It's all on Ben 10s.
10 seconds left. Last player
Unfortunate.
standing.
Not really much that you can do. Mighty. How is he always stuck in a corner? I will never understand that.
Defenders win.
He always disconnects in a perfect corner every single time, and no one knows exactly where Mighty is. But
His internet is cutting corners with him, that's why he's found in corners.
I'll give you that one. I'm sure you're proud of it too.
I am.
Alright, jumping on back, jokes aside, Mighty just wasn't really in the server as often as he should have been. It's tough, but that's kind of the reality of playing in South Asia, right? Where ISPs hate you, your power supply, your electricity hates you. So that's kind of where it goes from time to time. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, what can you do? Reality, it's a hard pill to swallow, but overall, Ace, they still showcased that they were the better team in a lot of the instances. But we're going to be jumping on down over into the crucial moments, ladies and gentlemen, to see exactly what kind of plays got them the victory here right now. Masters, he was not an unsung hero. Honestly, he was a hero of this story for the members of Ace. Time and time again, yeah, one tap God, he found a lot of plays. He was able to hit shots, but Masters, the consistency that he brought down to the table gave the members of Ace what they needed to cross that finish line.
Absolutely. However, the hero for NBS was Vim's Rolling Thunder. Give them so many blessings. But yeah, towards the end, Vim was the one who actually closed things down, hurt them.
Jokes aside, though, I knowing Wim, he just loves to go in for the ideal scenario for his ultimate. That's completely fine. But one of these days, that is going to be the thing that hurts him the most. For MBS, could just be the saving grace here. Going over to the map of Ascent, though, that is a completely different story. These rounds are just going to be a little bit more different moving forward. Hopefully Mighty and his connection issues have been sorted out, or probably 69Gs, he's going to be jumping into the game. But to not be with Mighty, that's your primary duelist player who's going to be swapping over to that role if Mighty's not present in the server. Because he's just been having a lot of disconnect issues. I don't think there's anything that can be done to try and fix it immediately. Oh, that flick over.
Yup. The hospital.
What's that?
Nonetheless, yes, Mighty coming back is going to be very important. It's going to be crucial for the side of NPS. If he cannot, then, as you mentioned, filling the shoes is going to be possible. They do have a sixth, but who will take up that role of the duelist? Ascent, again, being one of those maps where you don't have a very highly designated preference towards a duelist. People are picking everything. There are Jets showing up on Ascent, there are Neons showing up on Ascent, there are Razors showing up on Ascent. I do still believe that Neon would be the best duelist there, no matter what. You would still need someone who's gonna be able to gel with the team in a fraction of moment to be able to go ahead and acquire that map, because you cannot have a lot of room which you acquire to go ahead and, like, you know, get accustomed with the team, to get warmed up into that position, because they haven't won the first map. They don't have the room to lose the second.
It's gonna be difficult, but that's kind of where the game of Valorant is from time to time. You need to learn how to adapt, and you need to do it as quickly as you possibly can. That's where the sixth player really does come in. Sixth player should be your most versatile, because if anything happens to anyone else, sixth player will be able to fit in those shoes. hopefully knowing 69G, he's going to be able to fill in those big shoes, or probably someone else from the team are going to be able to take that position. Or we may just be waiting for Mighty to try and fix out his difficulties or go to a cafe so that he can play from there. We don't really know what to expect because nearest Bustand, they know that this is do or die. If Mighty's not there and they play the second map, they have a high chance of just dropping out of this entire tournament without really being able to do anything.
True that. And I mean, yes, one of the teams is gonna lose anyways. It's not gonna be both the teams winning. But then again, losing when you were already in a position which was not completely fair to you just hurts more. You would always keep wondering, what if we had that pick? What if we were able to do more? It's not the best kind of losses.
It's never simple now, is it? There's going to be scenarios where you're able to do a lot. There is going to be certain situations where you just are going to take a backseat. You need to be careful with how you play the game of Valorant, because one small misstep is all that it takes for your opponents to run away with victory. Kind of saw that on the map of Sunset here from Wim. I'm beating the dead horse here, but it's kind of like a meme now at this point, where Wim just forgets that he has a ultimate. But other than that, you have to say that Wim's performance was phenomenal. His aim, sublime as per usual. His utility usage on point at every turn. Let it be an aftershock, let it be a stun. He was there at all moments.
Exactly, and that exactly is the precious thing about Wimp. He forgets he has an ultimate, but the way he performs with everything else makes him an ultimate player altogether.
Just cannot quantify how good that one player can be. It honestly, in a way, I would say One Tap God had the quietest performance for this particular map. But everyone else on the team just came alive. You can tell too. Trevel with 20 kills, Ezzy with 20 on his own, Wimp with 19, having a 259 ACS, Masters as well with a 16 and 15. Every single support player were the ones to take the initiative and always carry out the will of One Tap God. One Tap God's main job in this map was just to make space because the supports were cracked out of their minds.
True that. A very beautiful game from the side of Team Ace. On the side of NBS though, TSWAG did come in with plays that were not expected from him at all whatsoever. And AK Demon did find frags that were, able to convert the game around for them. But then again, Mighty's absence really hurt them because it's not a very big difference. The scoreline is literally at a gap of 4 rounds. It could have been closer.
Who's going to be the MVP for this one? 19, 13, and 17 assists. 17 assists, mind you. Just goes to show how well this man can play under pressure. And to always be there for his team, he will never falter. It's going to be his map again, I do believe, on the map of Ascent 2, because the way that his Deadlock has been playing, no other player has been able to really turn that strategy the way that he does. His annihilations were just dropped dead perfect at every turn. And when Wimp is required to make that play happen, he does that play based upon information. There are very few moments where his annihilation does miss a particular player. And on Ascent, it's going to be one of the driving forces that might just take Ace to a possible 2-0 victory.
Absolutely. However, we are going to be coming back after a short little break with the map of Ascent. Until then, let us wrap our heads around how this all went down and let the players find out if they're going to be able to come back with Mighty or it's going to be someone else. And while you're wondering about that, make sure to follow our links. We're going to give you all the updates right there. See you on the other side.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Very short little break for the Esports Showdown Series Season 5 Valorant powered by Crucial by Micron with our GPA partners Zotai Gaming and media partners Gossip.gg. First initial map, a lot of technical difficulties. Also, the Mighty did buy himself a Crucial SSD so that he could jump into the game a lot more quicker if he does have disconnection issues, which you guys could do as well by checking the links down below in the description. Our lovely sponsors have you covered for that one. But all jokes aside, I really do hope that Mighty has been able to fix out all of his problems, because now, with the first map being a loss, the second map is their one and only lifeline. Either they take this or they will be shut down. They're not going to have much of a chance here anymore. The Showdown Series Season 5, the journey for them will end with them taking the third place position, but being at third place is not what you want at all. Your team, they fought hard to get to this position. The fact that you end your journey here just because one player was having disconnection issues, that's gonna leave a sour taste. Absolutely. Yeah, they haven't just been able to find a lot of the scenarios that they wanted. This is why they fell flat. But in my opinion, on the map of Ascent, they will be given a lot more of a better opportunity, yes, but even if the opportunity is presented, if Mighty's not playing, he's one of your primary duelist players. And as a duelist player, you not being able to be on the server with your team would just be the downfall pretty much right then and then. Not a lot of other people can fill the role of a duelist, just similar to maybe if you had a sentinel player or even an initiator, they can fill in those shoes, but duelist player needs to be a core integral part of your team. And if they're missing, a lot of your side executions and the way that you approach a side will change drastically. Oh, Mighty's playing. Yeah, Mighty's not been having a good time here. There were a lot of instances where he was disconnecting, but he's still trying to play even through the technical difficulties, which is why AK Demon, he's going to be the one to pick up the Jet instead. He's been having a good day here with his raw mechanical skills, so it's going to give him the edge. His aim, clean and perfect on that regard. But this role swap, will it cause issues at the end of the day, is going to be the real question. Yes. Oh, in this scenario, I do believe that Anna was thinking of how the deadlock really always found value for themselves. Like Wimp at every turn, he was able to do so much, and it seems as though Anna did accidentally mute herself, but as she fixed it, go on. As you were saying, what about Wimp?
I I had to face pump myself after that one. I didn't realize I wasn't being audible. But yeah.
And that's absolutely fine.
What I was saying was that Wimp, when he's breach itself, is so flashy, even when he's not using his ultimate. And with Deadlock, we've seen him go ahead and use that again and again. He just annihilates players on the other side. It's brutal, nonetheless. And I'm just shocked at the way he plays Deadlock. I used to not even enjoy watching Deadlock plays as much because I hadn't seen very good Deadlocks on our server. But the way Wimp played it just put me in a place where I started believing that okay, this is a combination I don't want to mess with. And that too, going up against AK Demon and Mighty when they have swapped their roles. I think it's already a very difficult climb for the side of NBS.
Could go the distance, but we'll have to see how this is going to be working out for themselves on that regard. Overall, I do believe that the nearest Bustand, them swapping over this role could be the best thing that they could have done, but at the same time, possibly the worst. AK Demon has been playing on that sentinel role quite often. Will he be able to fill in the shoes of an entry? Now is where the real problem lies. Yes, of course, Mighty, we know that his aim is incredible. He's going to be able to go in for trades and be able to fight with his team, but what's going to happen on the lurks? AK Demon, when he's by himself, he always finds value. Will he be able to swap over the playstyle to now be the frontline entry for his team? Because playing entry and being able to lurk and find value for yourself are two completely different segments here. Plus, you're going up against a double sentinel composition on the map of Ascent. That is going to change your playstyle drastically. You're no longer going to be playing rock, paper, scissors against a team anymore. You now need to start playing chess, because these two sentinels can now hold the sides separately by themselves, so you can't avoid either one. And let's say you run into a side where the Deadlock and the Cypher are playing together, it's just going to get even more difficult. On the defensive side, we know that Wimp has a proper lineup for the Gravnets too. So that Gravnet, if it's able to catch anyone that is playing from default blocks or even on generator, things are going to look a lot more difficult for them.
Absolutely, absolutely. The lineups are definitely going to play a specific role from the side of Team Ace specifically. I am not seeing a lot of fortunate chances for the side of nearest Bustand. However, I do want to see how they're going to be able to squeeze this win for themselves, because again, I am already feeling sorry for Mighty and the way the last map went. I'm still in that zone. But if you talk about current map, as you mentioned, there's a lot that's in the favor of Team Ace. Their overall composition is in their favor. The way these players are accustomed to playing their own specific roles and also completely aware of what moves to make, what adjustments to make every single time there's a player being picked off is also a next level of information that they dwell with. They don't even need to communicate that information. It's just pre-existent in their blood cells. It's like muscle memory to them. Going up against that in a kind of handicapped situation is not the best opportunity, specifically when it's your last BO3 that's going to give you the opportunity to go into the grand finals, and it's the map that can literally put you out of the run.
Let's not think of them going out of the run just yet, because knowing the members of nearest Bustand, they're not really thinking of anything like that. Because the team, they know what they need to do to really turn up the heat and turn things around.
Hoping for the same. This time around from the side of Team Ace, the attacking side is going to enter through towards mid. The smoke will try to stall them, but they're still marching in. No retaliation from the side of defense yet. Market is going to be an easy accommodation for the side of Ace if they actually go ahead.
For now. Swag's going to be the first line of contact here over towards short. Arnoy is going to be forcing him off the angle. Good Gravnet as well to give them a tiny bit of space to possibly find a kill, but all the utility utilized had not really a lot of space to play around with either. As the members of Ace They're able to run their way in towards the side. AK Demon trying to go in for the shot, and he's gonna be able to connect it all. AK Demon with the double, but one tap God answers back with his own. Down over to 1 versus 2. This is one tap God in his element, but the spike still not in his favor. He needs to try and find the hit here. But the spike already spotted here from the opposite side. It's a wait game now. It's one tap God. Goes for the jump. Trying to isolate out the first initial 1v1, but he's not going to be able to get any. Instead, it's going to be Swag with the immediate headshot to take the first round for NBS. But AK Demon on this jet, I think I'm going to be liking.
Oh, the way the first round has unfolded for the side of Team Ace. Just inexcusable. They were having such a good role. AK Demon started off very well for the side of NBS, but the retaliation from One Tap God was just as good. However, in the meanwhile, all the players from the side of Team Ace were already taken away. Inexcusable. However, NBS having a good start for themselves definitely should give them a morale boost. Missing those shots, AK Demon in a very difficult situation. He loses the fight. However, his teammates are going to be able to protect him. A precious man nonetheless. And with a 5v3 situation, with the better weaponry in hands, NBS might just be finding themselves on the second round victory. Too soon to say that yet though, because there's still 1 minute and 11 seconds on the clock.
Looking for the chance. Naked Demon.
Enemy remaining.
He's just going to be able to find even more. Swag with 2 body shots is going to be able to take down his own twin brother. Swim. Position yet to be revealed, but he's trying to fish out maybe a kill or two, get one step closer to that annihilation. The faster that he gets it, the harder these defensive rounds are going to become for members of NBS. But with Wimp already swatted out, he gets the first opening kill. Trying to bait out as many players as he possibly can, make them waste their armor at the bare minimum, give him the chance for a kill, but Swag instead comes in with his own sheriff. Go in for the final shot. 2-0. NBS, start off the map with Sen. The right foot.
A big win for NBS. Not just a win, a big win. They were able to secure all of the weapons that they had invested in. Did not really lose much. Their economy is going to look good. And their morale is going to be boosted. I'm happy for them right now. If only they can continue this run, because this is going to be one map that's going to give them hope for sustaining. Hope for surviving. Information being collected from the side of Team Ace already. Going on in towards market. I don't think they got a glimpse of Ben 10s, but Izzy and Izzy. Fight will be won by the Cypher.
This is really nicely done. Izzy. Dash across, AK Demon. He tried to spot out the first, but he only just has an outlaw in his hands. He's not going to be able to do much. Damage dealt here coming in from either side as Masters. They want to find the catch. A good one-way coming through strongly for them. So now, it's a waiting game. Can't really even break through this wall of the deadlock too much here. Bezzy still in towards the back, holding down the line. The Viron, possibly a flawless for the members of Team Ace. If they're able to take this flawless with Mighty not being able to find a kill, their economy is going to snowball out of control. Ah, the man is practicing his spawns. That's the dedication that you need.
Yes. That's the dedication that's needed. With 2 rounds in the favor of NBS and 1 in the favor of Ace, we are going off to a very steady start into this particular match. I am waiting for the chaos to begin though. Once the weaponry becomes strong for both the sides, there's gonna be havoc being wreaked from both sides. This time around, there's gonna be fortification towards site A. Not gonna be an easy entry. With Cypher tripwires already in position, also smokes in place to keep the push from being stalled. 3 is not going to be an easy entry either. Basically, Site A entry is going to require a lot of attention from the side of Team Ace, probably even utilities. So it seems like they are going to be recollecting and regrouping, thinking about what exactly should their moves be. Closing off the vision from mid, I think they're going to plan to move towards Site B. That's what it looks like.
So instead, he wins the race for them. This information is about to be gained, but the fact that the Cypher was the only one who was caught, they have no idea there's going to be a hit in towards the B side. I love the game plan coming in from Ace. They sent the Cypher first because they're going to be expecting a lurk instead. Flash through, dash across. They're going to be able to W key their way in towards the side, but they still are going to be running into a little bit of a stack. Both of them in the bag, but one tap God still able to find value.
30
Ozzy
seconds left.
finding the one, but the one doesn't even matter.
Spike planted.
No, it does not. Team Ace with the numbers advantage and the annihilation in hand, already with all the numbers surmounting towards them. Mighty might just be caught off guard by AZ.
Player standing.
Oh no, that was just a bait. Masters will be able to find his back, and AK Demon with that frag is gonna be very satisfied on making some returns on that operator. Not gonna be chased down though, I think. Oh no, there is a chase,
Eyes down.
which he will win yet again. Good for AK Demon.
Need to
His
kill
bait
this
storm is on
operator.
ground now. Yep.
Faster he drops down, the better. I don't think the members of NBS are going to be risking it. Understanding that their economy not really looking in the best of positions. Good amount of damage being dealt at the end of the day by NBS, but AK Demon now still pinpoint that Team Ace have to try and figure out this operator. As long as it's hidden, they're going to be able to do a lot with this. It's that fear factor of the operator being on any of these close angles. It's what will stop Team Ace from going in for these heavy rushes, allowing the sheriffs to still do their job. Anyone who walks into the angle of a sheriff will be the first one to die.
Team Ace prepared for the push. They want to move completely towards a site which has higher attack from the side of NBS, and the frags are coming in.
My
Wimp will
God.
still be able to secure his
Wimp.
trail like he generally does.
Sound sensor out.
Will close off entry from spawn, and with players deployed to make sure that market is not going to be an option either, the plant will go down from the side of Team Ace.
Tripwire?
Spike planted.
The tripwire is unbreakable, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not breakable, true.
Good God, how do you even come in through market anymore? You have to. Okay, not gonna lie, that is such a good strategy. I did not notice this before. You just cut off one entry point and you make people sit on the back of site so that they can spam the tripwire. That is beautiful. Look at it. He's just out. He can't do anything. I love
Exactly.
this composition.
Ace opportunity for the side of Wimp, but it's AK Demon on the other side. He's still gonna be able to capitalize on his operator, but how much? How much do you gain from it? You get a couple frags, maybe a couple hundred credits. Not the purpose of the game, though. You're not getting the rounds you need.
Here.
If you believe the rounds are an afterthought now, to try and survive with their economy. They're able to find value on this operator just by it being on the map, but even then, unless this operator rotates around quickly, AK Demon, he can't really be a sentry turret onto any of these positions. He needs to constantly make rotations from one side of the map to the other. He's looking for the opportunity to do so. Swings across an AK Demon! A quick scope to make things happen. One tap God, none the wiser for it. Let's get caught off here in this instance. Ace. Need to go back to the drawing board for this one. Swag. And they're playing a little bit aggressive towards mid as he does want the first bout of information. But NBS with the man advantage, it's better to just play it slow.
Shock dart.
Patience is gonna be the name of the game from here on forward. Without the duelist, it's not gonna be easy to enter into the site.
I have them now.
With Annihilation already in action, it's gonna be at least numbers advantage rolling in for the side of NBS. Wimp capitalizing on those Heads. It's a 4v4 still. There's ultimates on both the sides, but the one from the side of Ace is definitely going to give them the value they need. They get two! Not one, but two. And now they're looking good. AK Demon, the operator annihilator, has been taken out. Mighty with his Phantom is the only one that survives, and that too not for long. The one time when AK Demon was able to find a frag with his operator, which was of any significance to the actual round that was going to be played, he has to lose it.
Strength of the team just doubled in this one instance. It was a really well played round coming in from the members of Team Ace, utilizing the Hunter's Fury to just immediately catch out any player that could be clumping up towards the side of Defender Spawn. These instantaneous small adjustments is what they need to really bring them the edge here. Swag though, the opposite side, looking for the opportunity, but Drevel immediately shuts him down. The first initial shots do connect, but even then, Whip and One Tap God, they're not really giving much away here. Ben, last one remaining here. Smoke, not utilizing the best of ways, but Ben, regardless of it, trained and ready to shut things down. Immediately, the members of Ace, they're not even going to be risking anything. Run towards the opposite side, get the plan down, and left Ben his own devices. Try and maybe go in for a clutch, but this clutch is close to impossible.
Well, he does have his Hunter's Fury, but he obviously wouldn't want to use it right now when he does not even have the positions of the players. And in any case, they're not going to be all stacked up enough for the Hunter's Fury to give him value. Anyways, let alone Hunter's Fury, his Vandal couldn't give him value either.
Two to 5. As members of Team Ace, they're taking a lot of these rounds step by step to their overall team synergy for this attack side. What really surprises me the most, playstyle that they generally go in for is difficult to quantify, but when they allow the team to be in such positions where they're playing their cards properly and they're able to take initiative by themselves, it's just so difficult for you to understand what's gonna happen next. Team Ace just playing the game as much as they in any way that they want. One Tap God, little bit of a problematic duel. Perfect flash coming in from Azzy. Wanted to find the hit, but even then he's not going to be able to get it. Treble immediately towards mid, able to find a catch over towards Ben. That's mid now opened up. Ace, they're given a chance. With the mid being an opening, they're going to need to run on away towards the opposite side. But look at AK Demon. He missed the timing. The players are going to be able to walk away from the vicinity. And they're making their way towards the A site instead.
That they
Ezzy?
are.
How did you find that shot? Wait, what?
It's not gonna be an easy one. Neither of the sides is gonna have that upper edge just yet. The information on the side of Ezzy is gonna be crucial. Mace will be able to go down with the plant, extending the time duration of the round. They know exactly where the Omen is. NBS gonna have to be careful. They know exactly where the KO is as well. With every single neutral being dumped, they are getting an idea of the positioning. As he still gets a little bit more fire into the round, but not gonna be able to close this off. Ace, the team with the numbers rising up, high up the sky.
Doing it well here. 2 to 6 on the scorecards. See Mace taking round after round at this point. They don't even need a lot of big ultimates to do so. While on NBS, one of the other big problems is they're not really able to cycle through their ultimates here. The null command is online, so is the Hunter's Fury, but use those ults. It's gonna take a little bit of time to play in for it. One Tap God swings out just immediately, takes the first duel. He's able to take the initiative here. Masters waiting for the initial roundup and a push. He's able to find the swing, and Mighty he's going to be able to come into his waiting arms. As NBS, they're dropping one after the other. And the team just doesn't have direction. They're dying all by themselves. Look at the map. 4 bodies in 4 different positions. And AK Demon is the last one alive.
He's still gonna be able to deny the flawless, but that's about it. No more contribution from his side either. A 2-7 as the scoreline stands. Team Ace is just going on instilling more and more fear in NBS. With 4 ultimates online, this should be a round that they're able to convert. But I wouldn't be so sure.
Round conversions is one thing, but to be in this kind of a precarious situation, can't really read into it much. These early camps coming in from Izzy as well is just giving them so much more info too at the end of the day. Allowing Izzy to go in for these slow, methodical lurks.
I can't use that.
Setups. It's just so difficult to read. I think Zero Frags was the only team that was able to read them. But even then, from that match over to this one, it's like I'm looking at a brand new team, Ahana. They have not utilized these kind of strats before. Other than one tap god go kill, this looks to be a completely different team.
Exactly. Exactly. The calculations are coming up. They do understand the stakes here. And they also get how difficult it's gonna be to just not give their best already. Matches Fury utilized already. The way the players are moving in towards market, it seems like they might be able to acquire a little more space, but not as much sustain it. The defender read this time around has been pretty good. However, the gun game from the side of Ace will still give them a man advantage. The Annihilation, if it's able to find someone, will just put a very big dent on the fighting potential of NBS.
Spike down A.
Revel
10 seconds.
not be able to swerve his way back into position with the timing not working out in his favor. He's gonna need to find the kill. He's gonna be able to do so, but in the end, he gets a plant maybe, but no, he's up to save the gun. The ultimate orbs would have been better. Does get the orb in the process, but not in the way that he wanted. The Annihilation not really finding any early value here in this particular round as he used it defensively to try and take aggressive positioning. That was a good read coming in from the members of NBS. They didn't really overcommit to anything. They had their players hold in towards the side, allowing them to take this round.
Absolutely. If they're able to replicate the same thing for the coming 2 rounds as well, they might enter into a comfortable swap. Otherwise, nothing's gonna be fair.
We'll get this push in towards mid at the bare minimum. It's early space already established as NBS. They haven't really been that aggressive on any of the extremities or setting up AK Demon to do a lot here. They're allowing the Jet to try and find her own form of potential just yet. Smitey has a perfectly tight corner to play with. Recon Bolt kind of not working in the favor of Mighty here. As they're swinging in, the kill yet to happen as Mighty deals the damage towards the face of Wimp. And he's able to dodge that. Wait a minute, Mighty? Do you jump over it? That should have been a catch for you, but instead, it's going to be Wimp who gets the first initial kill. Mighty still in towards the side. He's not going to be able to find the opening frag that he wanted. Masters with the second. And 1 by 1, they're dropping like flies as Swag needs to be the game changer for the team. But with the drop down, Ezzy is able to play his cards right. His Masters looks for another kill, but it's Ozzy who shuts him down before he gets shut down by his own opposition.
Last round.
Team Ace, they take the 8th round on the board as NBS.
Still struggling.
I don't know how they're gonna do this. Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do this, Ahana. I'm trying to figure out a strat, but need to be a lot more proactive in their approach. They're spending too much time allowing the members of Ace to take this space for free. To allow 2 players to walk into mid, all by themselves. One Dev God did die, I do get it. But even then, beam in control was still yet to be found. And you gave away mid. Got in for free.
That's true. They have to be a little more proactive, as you mentioned. They also have to make sure that they have a little more space and control. However, to establish any of that, they need a little more confidence on their fighting potential. Currently, it doesn't seem like that exists. Look at that. Players from the side of
As
Ace
he gets
are
shots
just
like that.
walking in. Yep.
Forget fighting potential. What do you do if Ezzy just shoots you like that? The guy had the perfect read too. The crosshair placement was sublime. He knows every position. The game sense working wonders.
One enemy.
And now it's Rebel's turn. Take the final kill. Not gonna happen because one tap God, his own best friend, is gonna be the one to take it. 3 and 9, ladies and gentlemen. NBS. They're probably the ones taking the nearest bus right now if they don't turn things around from here.
Absolutely. The way the game is unfolding, it looks like they might just have to bid farewell way too soon. Not even being able to bask in the glory of being in the lower bracket finals. I am so sorry. My brain is lagging.
That's completely fine. Pretty sure the members of NBS are in the same boat. They're not really able to find much of an answer for a lot of these rounds, which is one of the biggest problems. Just for now.
We're
I'm
both
going to
in
try
the
and
same boat
play
and that boat
into
is
it.
sinking.
For NBS, it might be sinking a little bit too early if they're not careful here. This first round carries so much weight. One small misstep and they could be in for a world of pain and hurt. Ezzy requires not really being able to find out, as he needs to try and run away, get into a little bit more of a better position. Masters finds the kill, needs to try and run out. If he's able to survive in towards A main, that is going to be perfect. Not only survive, he gets a kill. Never mind, 3 bullets into his vein as Masters looks for the last player, but he doesn't need to do anything because Wim comes in strong with the Sheriff to go in for the final headshot. 3 to 10 as the flood coming in through from Ace was just unstoppable.
Yup. The way Ace has climbed onto the double-digit scoreline already, it's a 10-3. We just walked into the second half. It's been just one single round. And the weaponry that they have invested in is also going to be kind of unorthodox. They have an Ares coming in the mix. Obviously, Ascent is the map. You do want to have that huge magazine with you. There's also a Vandal in the mix. Going to be a good investment for the side of Team Ace. And look at the return on that investment already. AK Demon, nonetheless, has been picked out.
Making it work here. God and Ben in the back. Aze. Good for another kill for his own accord. Damage already being done. One after the other. Wimp hitting the shots that he needs to. Able to find a bit more value for his team. But NBS, they haven't really been able to recover any of the weapons either. Ozzy. It's a good lurk going. And another better shot. It's the opening that they require, but Masters is going to be able to capitalize once more. It's a stronger weapon and he's going to be able to run on away. Ben, it's all up to you to now go big or go home for your team. 11 could just be on the board with Drevel being the one to put you in the coffin. The timing is key for them.
Seconds left.
He's going in for a big fake here. But what's the overall game plan? Does he want to take the spike, go to B, or go towards A? No one's there to even see it. For Drevel, he has the timing for it too, but the shot yet to connect here. The Ares, not really the best of weapons to take duels like this, but Masters, he's ready for the fight. But he's still allowing them to run in. Paranoia. They're not going to be able to get the plant regardless of it. 3 to 11. A long, drawn-out battle, but that's completely fine because Ace, they're still the ones to come out on top for it.
True that, Ace is still going to be able to come back on top of this, but then again, the way it gets out till the end does make me believe that somehow on the second half, NBS might just find themselves a little more comfort, but they better find it soon. A couple more rounds and the game will be over. They need to pick up their pace. They need to pack their bags, run in, fast and furious.
Gonna need to see how this is gonna go. A little bit of good early damage being given out here. Swim. In for the fight. They're looking to get as close as they possibly can for this engagement. One tap cut. Getting on the opposite end of this as Masters. He's just like, stop looking at me.
The way
I'm gonna
Ace
break
was
the
looking
recon
at
bolt.
Masters, the way Ace was looking at Masters, One Tap God was looking at Masters, it made me feel like he was just gonna somehow transform into Sage and heal him.
He probably asked for the heal as well.
Probably did.
One Tap God's gonna heal Masters in a different way though. Make sure to get the man advantage going for themselves, but look at this, one by one, they're able to find all the value that they need. AK Demon, last one alive, but with One Tap God dashing across, he's gonna be the one to come in for the final shot. 3-12, ladies and gentlemen, as Ace, they're running away with this victory. I expected this to happen as soon as the round swap came through, but for their attack side to go this well, it was a massive surprise.
I believe I agree with you. Yes. This time around, the fortification again from the side of Team Ace is gonna be super solid. 12-3 as the scoreline stands. We're not gonna have a lot that's gonna keep getting drawn out, but that initial frag is gonna give a lot of potential for the side of NBS to pull this round again. Wimp could have been a win factor, but has been taken out already. This is surprising. It feels like NBS is ready for a round, but no, the Odin is gonna shut them down. It's a 2v1. Masters is gonna be the only one remaining. He has 2 players to fight off against, and one has the Blade Storm online. It's not gonna be used in this round though, unless necessary.
Spike planted.
One is planting, one is near market. Neither has an idea of where exactly Masters is gonna be. He gets to isolate the fight. No, he doesn't.
Masters!
AK Demon closes it with force.
Still have a lot of fight left in them. Team is not willing to give up at any point. Just yet. And on this scoreline, just need to take things a little bit slower. The members of Nearest Bustand, they have been looking dominant when they are on the individual sense, but as a team, they haven't really been able to set up utility plays the way that you would have hoped for. Smoke's coming through, and the way that they're able to find the lineup and set up. Wait a minute, what is this smoke? I love it. I love it. I honestly do. He was able to dodge out the recon bolt and be able to find 2 kills in the process. The members of Ace, they're playing 5-dimensional chess out here.
Absolutely. From the side of Team Ace, it seems like it's almost come to an end. The position on Wimp is also going to be crucial. There are players looking for him and able to win the fight. Swag was not able to stop shooting after that. Goodness, Masters just capitalized on it.
Oh god. The poor guy ran out of bullets. But hey, One Tap God in the angle in the corner. He's looking for the final shot. He's not going to be able to do it, but the classic comes through with Ezzy and the shock darts. Go in for the final closing bullet. Good God, this was such a good play. He's able to dodge out the recon bolt because of that smoke, and no one was wise to it. How would you be? They've never done this.
It was surprising, the kind of game that was pulled off from the side of One Tap God. I am in awe. I am in awestruck.
It's just I don't know. Ace on Ascent, you have to ban this map against this team. You cannot keep it in the map pool. You'd rather play Abyss, but to play against a squad like this who have made things work, it is insanity. Jumping down over into crucial moments, ladies and gentlemen, because we need to relive everything that happened for this particular map, because the moments of brilliance really just outshone everything. NBS, they had a really good start. Their pistol round and their anti-eagle was good, but when it came down to the buy rounds, they just could not find a single bit of space up against TEs. The weapon advantage was just swayed in their favor drastically.
Totally agree, totally agree. The way Ace kept climbing on this map, it just did not feel like it was low bracket finals. It just felt like one of the early playoff matches. It got closed down that quickly. Thankfully, towards the second half, NBS was able to draw the rounds for much longer. But that's the max they could deliver to this. And again, that smoke. It's definitely going to be in one of the crucial moments, but that smoke.
Each and every turn this team takes, it's well for them. No matter what. I want to find so much here. With that, I don't know what else to say.
It is.
I'm still awestruck to this one play being done by Ace. This was good adaptation. And it's so unorthodox that you can't really read into it. That's what the game of Valorant is from time to time. One play is all that is required to turn everything on its head. But for NBS, it's a little bit more of a sad story when you think about it. I'm pretty sure that Mighty had to play on mobile data or something, because this is not the performance that Mighty is known for. He could have done so much more. But the fact that the last minute swaps came in, no 69G either, members of Nearest Bustand, they were not at their fullest potential, and hopefully in season number 6, when they're going to be coming back, they will be given the opportunity to really showcase their might to its fullest once more. They take the third place position, but this team could have really gone the distance.
True that. True that. I believe that this game could have really been all the way to the third map, and it could have been a very close fight. They both showed a lot of potential, a lot of fragging power, specifically AK Demon, the way this man showed up on the map. 17 frags for the man, 286 ACS, 2846 damage, and 6 first kills. He had almost 1 kill every single round.
It's just the beauty of it. It's AK Demon for you as a player. He played his heart out for this particular match, but he just wasn't really able to coordinate with his team. And I don't blame him. Think about it. As a team, you're making your Sentinel player play on that duelist. Of course, he's not going to be able to form and really gel well with the initiator. Mighty's normally the one who's always setting up plays and asking for utility from his teammate. If AK Demon didn't do the same, if he didn't position himself according to what his initiator was doing, it's going to be tough for them to coordinate properly.
Exactly. And that's why it becomes very, very important for all teams to make sure that they are, having flexible scrims with each other. And when you talk about scrims, as we talked earlier as well, Team Ace has been one of the ones who religiously and regularly does scrims, and hence the MVP of the series is going to come from their side, being Izzy.
Yeah, this strategy on Ascent is not easy to pull off. They may make it look easy, but think about it. There's no flash. You have no flash on Ascent when you're trying to run into a site. That is extremely difficult to find value out of. You will get mowed down by Odins or even spam from your opponents at any second because of how tight the corridors can be. That's why flashes are a requirement. The way they circumvented the flashes is what requires the practice. Ace, they were insane to say the very least in map number 2. In map number 1, it was a lot more of a closer affair on Game of Sunset. But this being a 2-0, favoring Ace, it wasn't a surprise when I saw Ascent. I knew that Ace was going to win Ascent because this is a map that they're well known for. And hopefully X2, they're watching this from the back end and they are going to ban out Ascent. Because going up against this team on this particular map is a death sentence right then and there for at least one map of the series.
True that. That's definitely going to be the move from the side of X Crew as well if they're watching this. And if it isn't, then we're up for a longer series, because again, that's going to be a BO5, so you can never depend on one single map, but every single map can make a difference. In the meanwhile, the AK Demon still stagnant at where he was, climbing up, inching closer slowly. Might get to the position of 69G soon enough. No one else swapped places, I think. F Noob is up here. I did not notice that the last time.
F Noob's going to be able to make his way up onto the board, but sadly, even that's not going to be as helpful just yet. We're going to need to witness which one of the members are going to be able to take that number one spot away from 69G, but I don't believe any player that will be playing in this particular instance even can do anything like that. 69G did play the largest portion of maps, and being on that number one position for the level up leaderboard will be very difficult to fight against. And as season number 6 will roll around as well, pretty sure that 69G will keep that position for himself because of how vast the point differential margin is. AK Demon being on that second as well is going to be a hold on point, but overall, this lower bracket run is already over. We have our grand finalists, ladies and gentlemen, and it is going to be none other than the side of Team Ace. They get their revenge story. They get the chance to fight against X2 once more on even playing field, and that will be live. Don't forget, the first initial match that these players did, it was off camera. Now, it's the grand final stage, BO5, to make things happen. The revenge story, this build up that we were hoping to find with Team Ace up against X Crew will finally happen in front of our screens tomorrow.
Yep, it's gonna be quite fun, quite interesting, and also a very grueling day nonetheless, because it's gonna be 5 maps. We are gonna be able to sit here and watch, but there's gonna be players who are gonna have to put all of their sweat and blood into actually going ahead, building those strats, going ahead with that on the fly thinking, just executing constantly with their 100% in every single round nonetheless, to go ahead and claim themselves as the champions of Showdown Series Season 5. I am just excited. I'm holding my breath to see which one it's gonna be. And I think everyone who's gonna be watching us tomorrow should take half an hour extra right before the stream and get their popcorns and everything ready so that they can actually come and enjoy every bit of it.
Yeah, that's probably going to be going all 5 maps, almost 6 hours of Valorant action when you think about it, with all of the breaks included. So make sure to grab your snacks and keep everything up, handy, and ready. Hey, if you guys are going to be waiting with us for just a little while longer, make sure to check out all the things down below in the description from our lovely sponsors at Crucial if you're looking for an SSD or a RAM stick to get into your games quicker and also to perform at your very best. And if you need it, make sure to check out Zotac Gaming as well, because graphics cards, if you want it at a fairly priced range, they've got you covered for performance and also your wallet. All the links down below in the description from that side, and make sure to follow us on our socials as well at the Esports Club to get notified when we do go live, plus any updates that we might have for Season 6 will be around the corner, or any other Valorant tournaments that will be happening in front of your screen soon. That's all here at the Esports Club in general. But overall, I do believe that the storyline coming to a close for one of these teams, it's not that sad, because the way that nearest Bustand did play, they played admirably. And if they were at their fullest potential and at their full strength with all of their members being on that same page, I'm pretty sure that this could have gone all 3 maps and make it happen.
I believe you on that. And if it went to all 3 maps, there might still be a dicey situation. We might still not know which team is actually going to make it through. However, since the beginning, we've been saying Team Ace did look like the one which had more for them into this. But yeah, I am definitely going to be waiting to see how everything unfolds. And yes, there's some changes. The top 5 agents race has dropped out of the race. We're seeing Killjoy joining the list, and also Ascent is gonna stay here. It's not moving anymore. considering we've been seeing it getting played for the last 2 days.
Yeah, it's just Team Ace's favorite map, so I don't expect it to get taken out of the running just yet. X-Crew, though, might just be batting it out, so it will be a different scenario. Top 5 agents, though, I do believe is where the biggest change-ups are going to be coming in. It's just... it's painful, to say the very least, that duelists are no longer in contention anymore.
Yeah. I think it's mainly because there's a lot of people who have already moved on towards Neon and a lot of people who are still struggling to find their way in there and are sticking to their jets and razors. It's not like people are not picking duelists. It's just that there's so much variety that people are sticking to that none of them is making it to the top 5.
The overall brackets are in front of your screens too, ladies and gentlemen. The journey for each and every one of these teams. For X-Crew, they made an outstanding upper bracket run. But on the opposite side, Team Ace, they had to play double the maps to get to the point that they are in right now. The team has refined themselves greatly by playing in the lower brackets. So X-Crew, they better be watching their backs, because Team Ace, they are ready to take this victory and also to take the win.
That they are.
For now, though, ladies and gentlemen, that's all that we have for you for this particular matchup. Thank you all for stopping on by and giving us your time. And hey, make sure to hit that notification bell down below, because tomorrow we are going to be going live with the grand finals to see exactly which team will be the champions for season number 5 of the Showdown Series. And hey, if you don't want to miss out on any of the other deals, make sure to check out all the links down below from our sponsors. Again, make sure to check out Crucial and of course Zotac Gaming if you want to get yourself some good gear pieces to level up your game, just like the players in front of your screens. But for now, we're going to be signing on off with the Esports Showdown Series Season 5 Valorant powered by Crucial by Micron with their GPA partners Zotac Gaming and our media partners Gossip.gg. Good night and happy gaming, everyone.
Your system. All right, let's do this.
Once there was a hunter who saw what others could not. With a magic case in her backpack, she roamed with wild abandon into the great unknown. Her gaze inescapable, her reflexes lightning fast. When armies swarmed, she went through. With eyes open wide, hands steady, holding, watching, capturing everything in sight.
The Crucial Pro DDR5 RAM kit comes with a sleek, modern look that will complement any build. But aesthetics aside, it's the performance that really matters. So let's dive into it. The default JEDEC timings are 46, 45, 45, but it does come with 2 XMP and Expo settings for those looking for a little more performance. With XMP 3.0 Profile 1, you can push the speed up to 5600 megatransfers per second. If you prefer a slightly lower speed but tighter timings, Profile 2 offers 5200 megatransfers per second at 42, 42, 42 timings. We've run some benchmarks and stress tests to give you an idea of how it performs. In general, dropping the speed and tightening the timings with the second XMP/Expo profile yielded better results for us on our test system. paired with a Ryzen 7800X 3D, we saw anywhere from a 1 to 5% performance bump depending on workloads. All in all, the Crucial Pro DDR5 64GB RAM kit by Micron is a fantastic choice for first-time builders and enthusiasts alike.